What's up guys, Shambles11 and welcome to Quest of Dungeons on the Xbox One. This is brand new out today, and before we begin I just want to say a huge thank you to David Amador from Upfall Studios. This very clever man did all of the coding for this game and even some of the art and animations. So what do we have? Well, Quest of Dungeons is a fantasy, role-playing, dungeon-crawling, roguelike game. What do we mean by roguelike? Well, basically, we have permadeath. So when you die, you die. It's turn-based to the extent that when you enter a room and there's an enemy, whenever you move a step, they then move a step. Once you attack, they attack you back. So, the footage you're seeing right now is my very first playthrough at all. So I do horrifically badly and it doesn't last very long. My second clip I'm showing you is from a good few efforts later. Basically the story is there is a big nasty man and he has stolen all of the light, and you have entered into his lair and you must traverse all the different levels of the dungeon to find him and defeat him and restore light to the world. There are 4 characters you can choose to do this. There's a warrior, wizard, assassin and a shaman, and they all act slightly differently. The movement is exactly the same, but the fighting itself, this first class I'm using, I am the assassin, so I have a bow and arrow. I can do ranged attacks. You move one step and then you can lock onto enemies using the bumper buttons, and you've got 2 different attacks. You've got your standard attack is A, and then your special ability is B. I'm not going to go into what all of the characters do, but the one that's mostly different to the others is the warrior, because he doesn't have any ranged attacks. With him you can literally just walk into enemies to do the attack, or you press A to slice at them, and then B does various different abilities depending on what you've learned. Now the way you learn things is you pick up something called tome books, and then simply once you've got them you look in your inventory, press on the button, and you've learned that new skill. You can then assign it if you hold the RB button. And that's pretty much it. We have an inventory with Y. In your inventory you will find anything at all you've picked up. So we have new various bits of equipment and armour that you obviously wear. You have your weapons and shields. You also have things like food. Now food doesn't, there you go, that's how long I lasted. Food doesn't fill your hunger bar as such, it refills your health. What's cool is when you die you get full stats. You can see exactly what you did. So this is much later on. So as you can see, I've finally learnt about the inventory, and I've got various different things that I can wear to make my character have better attack and defensive skills. Now my only complaint with the game is that it literally throws you in at the deep end. As I say, if you go back to the beginning of this recording, this is my very first playthrough, and as soon as you hit play you're just kind of thrown in. There's no obvious way of changing the difficulty, but there are 4 different difficulty settings, and really for your first playthrough you're probably actually going to want to play it on easy. I'm playing on normal. I've put quite a few hours into this and I'm doing alright. You can be a little bit sneaky. You can save your game, and if you do die you can always reload that checkpoint and try again. On each level that you get to in the dungeon there is a shop, which is what I'm at now, and this little fella will buy the other pickups you find, which are gems. You get kind of dust and crushed ones, you get whole gems, you get good gems, and they're all worth different amounts, and he will sell you generally pretty good armour. As we go around, you can clear out most of the rooms. If you keep going backwards and forwards you will find some of the enemies respawn, but it is very few. It's just really to keep you entertained rather than you know, just being annoying. It's just so you can't run around all over the place. But the enemies are pretty good. Obviously each level you go down the enemies get a step harder, but your character does level up. You can see my level bar at the top, that's the orange yellowy looking one. My health obviously is on the top left, and like I say you can get potions and food that refill these. You can do it at any time, so you can even do it mid battle, but it will count as your turn, so you will get attacked again afterwards. There's always a shop on every level, and as we go around you'll see that you're able to break open various bits of furniture or chests or vases, and that's where all your pickups are. I would highly recommend that in the options you change it to auto pickup, otherwise you will spend a lot of time just pressing the flipping pickup button all the time. The only other issue there is at the moment Although there is a day one patch that should be available to you now, and yeah, they are aware of at Upfall, is that sometimes when you bind certain keys, it doesn't remember it next time you load. But there's a very, very minor glitch, very minor little complaint, and as I say, they are aware of it and should hopefully be fixed. So there you go, I'm just equipping some stuff there. But overall, this is one that I found really addictive. I'll be honest with you, the first time I played it I wasn't impressed. So this little fella here, sorry, you find these on each level as well. They give you quests. Some of them are just kill certain people, some of them are find certain objects on that level. Here's a boss that's far too powerful for me, so I'm running away. But yeah, overall I really do enjoy this game. It took me a little while to get into it. The first couple of times I played, in fact the first evening I played it, I thought, what on earth is this? I didn't get on with it at all because it was a bit vague of what to do. But as I kind of took my time and learned about the combat and learned how to use my inventory better, and I started finding good stuff, I really got into it. And that's the other cool thing with this game. Every time you play it, the weapons will be in different places, enemies will be in different places, all your loot will be different. It's completely random every time you play, so there's plenty of scope for replayability. There is no multiplayer, but that isn't a bad thing. This is a nice little game to play on your own. This game is also available on Steam, Mac, Linux, iPhone, iPad, Android. It's all over the place, and it's pretty cheap. On Xbox One this is $8.99. It's just $2 if you're playing it on iPad, iPhone or Android, but this is a game that will reward you for your patience. Like I say, first time you play it you're going to be struggling a little bit. Hopefully this review will give you a little bit of a heads up of what you need to do, but another thoroughly impressive game, and seeing as this was mostly done just by one guy, a little bit of help with some animation art, it's an amazing job. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment below, give me a little thumbs up. Until next time.